Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of our podcast. My name is Jack, and today we have a very special guest, Emily. Welcome, Emily.
Hi, Jack. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're really happy to have you here. Today, we're talking about a very important topic, the best way to learn English. So many people want to improve their English skills, but they often don't know where to start or what methods work best.
That's true. Learning English can feel difficult, but if you use the right approach, it can actually be fun and much easier than you think.
Exactly. So let's start with the basics. Emily, in your opinion, what is the most important thing for beginners when they start learning English?
The most important thing is practice. If you want to learn English, you need to use it every single day. Listen to English, speak English, read English, and even write in English. The more you expose yourself to the language, the faster you'll improve.
That makes a lot of sense. So let's break it down. You mentioned listening. Why is listening so important?
Listening is key because it helps you get used to the sounds and rhythm of the language. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain is still learning. I always tell beginners to listen to English as much as possible. Podcasts, songs, audiobooks, or even just watching TV shows and movies. The more you hear English, the more natural it will feel.
That's a great point. I think many learners focus too much on grammar and vocabulary without spending enough time listening. But what about speaking? A lot of people feel nervous or shy when they try to speak English.
Yes, that's completely normal. Many people are afraid of making mistakes, but mistakes are part of learning. The best way to improve your speaking is to practice as much as possible. You can talk with friends, join online English speaking groups,
Talking to
or
yourself?
even talk to yourself in English.
That's an interesting idea. How does that help? I love that tip.
It's actually a great way to practice. For example, when you wake up in the morning, try describing what you're doing in English. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I'm getting ready for work. This helps you think in English and feel more comfortable with the language.
That makes sense. I think the key is to start with materials that are at your level so you don't get frustrated. Now let's talk about writing. A lot of learners don't know how to practice writing. What do you suggest?
Writing is very important, and it doesn't have to be difficult. One simple way to practice is to keep a daily journal in English. Just write a few sentences about your day. For example, today I went to the park. It was sunny. I had a great time. The more you write, the better you get.
That sounds like an easy and effective way to practice. Now there's one thing that many learners struggle with: grammar. Some people find grammar boring or confusing. What's your advice?
Grammar can be difficult, but you don't need to learn everything at once. Focus on one small rule at a time. For example, start with simple present tense. I eat breakfast every day. She works at a bank. Once you understand one rule, move on to the next. And most importantly, practice using grammar in real conversations, not just studying rules from a book.
That's really helpful advice. Now let's talk about something fun: English songs. Do you think listening to music can help people learn English?
Absolutely. Songs are a great way to improve your vocabulary and pronunciation. When you listen to music in English, try to follow the lyrics and sing along. This helps you improve your pronunciation and learn new words naturally.
That's a great tip. What about watching movies and YouTube videos? A lot of people say it helps, but what's the best way to do it?
Watching movies and YouTube videos is an excellent way to learn English, but you need to do it the right way. Start with subtitles in your own language so you understand the story. Then switch to English subtitles. Finally, try watching without subtitles. This step-by-step method helps your brain get used to understanding spoken English.
That's a smart approach. I think a lot of people just watch with subtitles in their own language and don't challenge themselves to listen in English. Now, before we end, do you have one final piece of advice for our listeners?
Yes. My biggest piece of advice is, don't give up. Learning English takes time. Sometimes you will feel frustrated, and sometimes you will make mistakes, but that's okay. The most important thing is to keep going. Be patient, enjoy the process, and have fun with it.
That's an amazing message to end on. Thank you so much, Emily, for all your great tips and advice today.
Thank you, Jack. And thank you to everyone listening. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy your English learning journey.
That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure to subscribe for more episodes. We'll be back soon with more tips and advice on how to improve your English. See you next time.
Bye, everyone. Keep learning and have fun.